Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We didn't know if we were going to be coming back, but we are indeed back. Yes, it is the C30 match here between Clown Academy and Old Man Strength. I love that name. Joining me as always as my co-commentator is Pulse, and both teams here have matriculated pretty far here in the winners bracket. Old Man Strength here with an SR of 4600, Clown Academy at 4400. We're bound to see a hell of a match here, Pulse.
Yeah, these should be pretty good teams. Old Man Strength was also featured the main channel a bit earlier, and they got knocked down to this, I believe, or was it they passed?
No, we're all in the winners bracket here, so good
okay.
stuff here.
So
for
yeah,
everybody.
so they actually passed earlier, and they were featured on the main channel. So get to see them again on an alt channel. And then Team 2 is, I believe, the first time they might have gone cast today is Khan Academy. But both these teams are around similar SRs. Khan Academy sitting at about 200 points lower on average. So both high GM teams, 4,600 from Old Man Strength and 4,400 from the side of Clown Academy.
Yeah. So this is definitely going to be one of those great matches. So we're going to start here on Busan. So both teams here are going to be starting here on this the Korean map, as I like to call it. They've gotten this far, beating teams on the way. So Clown Academy doing a really, really good job of just sort of matriculating through, beating Citizens 2-0 and Amplify Gaming 2-0. Whereas Old Man Strength taking down Octagon, who was the number 2 seed here, according to the bracket. So they defeated them 2-0. And a American Revolution team that was filled with some ex-contenders players. So very, very good stuff here from them. So now it will be going to be us. We're going to head over to Busan, and it will be, and if I want to remember this right, Hazard, is that going to be in blue, going to be the members of,
Old Man Strength.
Of Old Man Strength. So yes. So we're going to fade in here, so just make sure that you get to see that. There we go. 22 seconds into the assembly phase as we go into Busan. It's one of those interesting maps here where we're going to see both teams. You could come out with a variety of configurations on here. As the tournament has gone on, we've seen a great plethora of different comps coming out of the teams. Pulse, what do you like to run on this map in Busan?
This particular map lends itself to a little bit of Hammond play, some dive, especially since there's a lot of key high grounds. But I actually did catch a little bit of the play from the side of Old Man Strength earlier when they were on the mainstream, and it's just some brief excerpts from Busan, actually. And one of the things that they do like to say is that they like to run a composition sort of key marked by a European team called Clockwork Vendetta, which consists of a bunker comp, maybe some snipers, occasionally a Tor, but also this Mei. The Mei is kind of a crucial part, and that's one of the things that they like to run.
Yeah, and we're going to be riding along here with Mac, and it will be Dimes here onto the Mei, so that watch out for him as he's going to be trying to do as best he can. Looks like Mikey there, getting trapped by that wall in the distance, trying to sort of survive it as best as he can. Going to end up getting going to be able to stay alive here, but it's PGE who takes Hazard out immediately, as Carfixer is going to have to burn the res immediately to get him back. But the fight here happening in this sort of main foyer area, as Hazard there is able to take out Jackie Love as well as PGE here. So good advantage here from the Widow here on the side of Old Man Strength. They're going to fall back onto the payload, onto the point, capture the point here, and it looks like a reset here from the Clown Academy.
And with that first fight going their way, even though they had the first picks in their favor, Clown Academy wasn't able to capitalize on it. Now Hazard is cleaning up and making sure that everyone completely evacuates and resets the side of the Clown Academy spawn while the rest of the team can come in. And Carfixer is running a solo Mercy on the defending side from Old Man Strength right now, which makes it so that if Carfixer, for whatever reason, dies or gets cut out of position, it should be pretty easy to just roll through everyone else. But the bunker at the front and the double snipers are really making it hard to do anything about the solo Mercy on the side of Old Man Strength right now.
Yeah, so it looks like Clown Academy here just having a tough time just coming out of spawn here. As Max doing really, really good work using that halt very, very well, and Madero and Hazard here doing very, very good very good, just preventing them from doing anything. Another great hook there will pull Tricky back, but he's going to be able to stay alive. PGE here getting a little bit of revenge on Hazard, and now as the bongo goes down, they're down 2, actually make that down 1, and they've evened up this fight now, as it looks like it's 5v5, and now Old Man Strength again here, just getting the advantage, using that May ult, forcing them off the point, and now Enhancement doing what Enhancement does here on that Roadhog, as he's now going to be able to push them back to spawn. 70% already here on for Old Man Strength, and they're going to be doing a really hell of a good job here. Clown Academy's got to do something to break this.
Yeah, PGE has been a highlight for them, getting picks on Hazard to start the fights, but it's never enough to push all the way through, and they need to be careful about going towards the train because Enhancement's coming close to a whole hog. He can easily just push them all off the side if he wants.
Yeah, he's got to be super careful with that, as it looks like Madero actually is going to be the one that's going to be able to finish the job here. Hazard and Mac cleaning up, and as you say that, we see a body flying towards the train at 96%. That's going to be it. It's going to be 100-0 here as Old Man Strength draw first blood.
And that was a very convincing first blood too. Like, we mentioned that they have about a 200-point SR average on top of Clown Academy, so it's a little bit skewed towards them. But at the same time, when you have players this high, you never want to see it get into that scenario where you're getting that stomped, especially on a first map. Coming into Mecha Base, you are likely to see very similar things. This is one map where May in particular shines. So we're in a position where it's very likely to see Old Man Strength just close this out on this map. But with the triple tank coming out, PG swapping to Zarya finally, and Dime switching from May to Hanzo, you can see a little bit of change up in this, but I have to expect this is entirely for a reason.
Yeah, we're going to be running a little bit here following Enhancement, seeing where he's going to go, trying to see if he's going to try to disrupt the upper high ground, as it looks like a Sonic arrow here, trying to figure out which way they're going to come from. He's looking like he's going to go on the long flank, while the main members of the team, Hazard and Mac here, are going to be right above the point, trying to see if they can snipe. So you've got a flanking Roadhog from the right, trying to see if he can do damage. Hazard there will take Mudkip out, and now no Zen in the backline here could be trouble for the members of Clown Academy, as they're using that halt and this flanking Roadhog to just basically a great extent. Now they're going to have to wait for that Zen to sort of come in, as Tricky now trying to see if he can sort of just push on in an enhancement, try to draw that hook out. It's not going to be able to do so. Window actually already dropping down here, as Dimes is able to finish off Tricky and Faz, and now Mikey's going to be taken out, as it looks like they're just trying to reset, but it looks like Old Man Strength just dominating on this map like you called.
They don't really have... They swapped PGE off, which was the only thing really contesting Hazard before. So Hazard, and also switching Dimes to a sniper, there's no real person to contest them. So they're forced to finally swap over to dive tanks, instead of run that Orisa Roadhog they've been running. Mikey swaps over Winston, Tricky swaps over D.Va. And they already blow a leap to get no value from it. So they're full Winston goats right now.
They absolutely are. And they're just, it's sort of spread out on the high ground here, just picking off members here of Clown Academy, who's got to figure out a way to make sure that they get rid of this. Enhancement by himself here has been a one-man wrecking crew, but he's going to get blown off the edge there by Jackie Love, but it's too little too late here, as too many kills here coming in from Old Man Strength, that they're going to try to see if they can sort of finish off the remaining members here. Looks like Mac doing a great job trying to take out Tricky or PGE there onto the point. Already, again, we're seeing very, very similar happenings here, as we're already at 70% to Old Man Strength, as they're doing a great job preventing Clown Academy from doing anything right now.
And Hazard's set up very far back, very safely, and no one can really get to him without anything. The Mudkip's forced to blow out Transcendence very early in this fight as Tricky falls asleep, but they don't have anything really going on to these snipers.
Yeah, as it looks like they had to solo grab him and then just dive onto him to kill him. So Hazard going down here will give them the advantage, and now it looks like finally Clown Academy here getting the upper hand on the members of Old Man Strength, as both supports now go down. So it will be Dimes retreating back into spawn, and it is the first sign of life here for Clown Academy in this match. So now they're going to have to fight all their way back, but that's going to be tough doings with what Old Man Strength's been showing off here in this match.
And Hazard finally makes the swap over to the Torb, and Dimes goes back to the May. So this is the traditional full Clockwork Academy composition, what they're running. And by setting up a Torb somewhere else, it's just going to find a ton of value because it's going to force the dive tanks to pick something else to dive. And it'll either get free damage or be forced down by the other team. But pushing out as a Torb is very hard, and they show that because the turret falls, the couple members fall, and they're forced to reset.
Yeah, they had to reset right away here, but as Hazard actually is going to get staggered here, so that's not going to be good. So down goes his turret and himself here. So they're going to stall out this push a little bit, but yeah, you're right. They've gone full Clockwork Vendetta here on this side, so it looks like here they're going to try to see if they can hold him into spawn. They know they have to make up such a huge gap. But Old Man Strength here don't really have to worry that much because they know they can basically just build up their ults, try to rotate, maybe find a safe entry point, and then win the fight and win the map that way. As Bongo goes down now, Enhancement taking down Mikey and Jackie Love also going down. Transcendence comes out, but it's too little too late here as Molten Core already on the field here as they're going to sort of zone out the members here of Clown Academy. They're just going to drop onto the point, take the point back up. There's not going to be very many members here who's going to be able to contest as that Winston drops onto the point from Mikey. He's going to get blitzed down right away. Jackie Love coming back with the rally, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to participate as the focus fire here has just been fantastic. Blizzard comes down here to ensure a point win, and Old Man Strength here will take the first map in this best of 3.
Hazard also picking up a hammer kill for his collection on Torb. on the DMAX, tricky. But when you get a point, especially on King of the Hill, you have it all the way to 99. It's very hard for the other team to make a comeback because they can't lose at all. So they got in a position where they could just bank ults until they capped it, which is exactly what they did. They blew the turret, they blew Supercharger, they blew Nano, they blew Whole Hog, they blew everything they had and just pushed them off point. And there was no response to that from a Winston Ghost team, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So Old Man Strength here taking the first map here against Clown Academy 1-0. So Busan goes to the column of Old Man Strength. Old Man Strength here, very, very powerful on that map, and they look very, very good here. What does CA need to do here in the next map? It's going to be their choice, and it's going to be an escort map. There is a dedicated pool here for the Horizon Community Cup where they can choose, I think, 1 out of 3 maps with regards to what they can go to next. Clown Academy getting this far, just getting blitzed by a team like Old Man Strength here has got to be a little bit disheartening.
A little bit, but also still the winner's bracket. Old Man Strength was shown earlier and was definitely a team to beat based on the earlier stream, especially since they run the Clockwork Vendetta comp, but Hazard and Dimes are also really good snipers in their own right. So they were running the snipers for the first part of Busan and even the early part of the second part of Busan. And it took a Grav to literally shut down Hazard on Widow, actually. And blowing an ult to shut down a sniper, especially one that takes as long as to charge as Grav does, is very unsustainable. So as soon as that happened, they're like, screw it, we're going back to this other comp that we know. And they just kind of rolled through on their second try.
All right. Yeah, so looks like Mudkip here from Clown Academy is going to choose Route 66. So Route 66 going to be the next map here that they're going to go to. This one is a little bit tricky, but this screams multiple combinations here. We've seen a lot of Bastions recently come out on 66 with the prevalence of the bunker comp and with the Roadhog coming back in just to protect the payload. It's going to be interesting. So it looks like 66 is where we're going to go. And Clown Academy need this win to stay in this match here with Old Man Strength. This match will determine who goes to Sunday in the winner's bracket and who goes into the lower brackets and has to keep playing for the rest of the night.
And I think games might be actually done after this. We're getting to that point of the night, like you said. So I don't think many people will go much further today. But it will determine a lot of standings for tomorrow and actually which teams will be casting tomorrow because we are the main channel announcers.
Oh, just plug us a little bit here. Yes, we are indeed going to be the main channel announcers for tomorrow. So starting at 3 p.m., the first match will be on Horizon_GG here on Twitch. Well, we'll call the quarterfinals and beyond here of the Horizon Community Cup. So get used to our voices because you're going to be hearing us for a good 4 or 5 hours tomorrow. So we're going to be calling all the way through to the finals. So the winner of this match will stay in the winner's bracket and have a really, really good lead-in into the grand finals, where the grand finals will be the winner of the lower bracket and the winner of the upper bracket. So if the winner of the upper bracket, if I remember right, wins that match wholeheartedly, there will be no second match. But if the lower bracket wins in the final, then there will be a second match to determine your champion of the Horizon Community Cup 4. So 30 seconds here left to go, and it will be Clown Academy here on offense first. Old Man Strength on defense. You see Hazard positioned himself on that Widow. They have to be very, very careful here. But I see a Goats comp coming out here from Clown Academy, maybe trying to sort of nullify Hazard's abilities there on the Widow.
Potentially a little bit. It is likely a composition they've been practicing before this, so they are most likely familiar with it. But Hazard and Dimes have been very scary to shut down, so they need to make sure that they're using both Winston and D.Va dives coordinatedly and in a coordinated fashion, and also like being careful when they're diving one sniper, they're just not getting pelted by the other, or pelted by the Hog, or locked down by Discord Orb. So there are a lot of things they have to worry about in this.
So it looks like here they're just going to engage and try to attack onto the high ground immediately here. Hazard looking for anybody to sort of kill. Not finding an immediate target right away, as he's going to get focused on here by the Winston. He's going to have to bail out. It looks like here they're going to be able to move the payload here right under Big Earls, but Hazard finally gets a kill. This time it's going to be on Faz. So now it looks like the payload here is going to still move a little bit, but it's probably going to end up in the first corner, as it looks like Enhancement was trying to get focused on, not going to be able to do so. And now the payload here is going to be stuck underneath that little sort of walkway from the back. So they got to be careful about where the approach is going to come from, but Old Man Strength here good with a good first stop.
And now we see Old Man Strength blow walls right away to make sure they know where they're setting up. But we also see changes from PGE and Jackie Love going to Sombra and Genji. So they're playing for this hack and slash combo. They want to make sure that they can get an EMP blade just to cap first point, cap second point. Probably have to change at third point because it's less sights, but they can't really do anything as long as sights are up, because PGE is just visible right now.
Yeah, as they try to sort of dive right onto Mac, and Alonzo ult here will eliminate both Faz and Jackie Love. So there goes that idea. It looks like Mikey here is going to blow his ult and get the benefit of a nano boost, as he's going to be trying to see if he can get Hazard or at least anybody to sort of break this defense a little bit. Oh, and he does get, and Mac actually does go down. So huge losing the Orisa there, as the bomb actually, a D.Va bomb had to be used in order for Tricky to sort of remech himself. But that's going to take the Orisa a little bit to come back. So this could be the opening here for Clown Academy.
With the late kill onto Tricky, because they use the bomb to try and remech. It's headshot as they pop out. It'll give the Orisa just enough time to get back, but it'll be just getting into position at the same time. So if PGE can open up with a hack on something to shut down this first push, Mikey falls to a Hanzo headshot, which will slow down this.
Oh, looks like here, got a bit of a technical difficulties here. Stand by. We're not sure exactly what happened. It looks like a pause happened right in the middle of fight here. Whoops. Turn down the music a bit. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. What's going on, Pulse?
It looks like the main tank player from the side of Clown Academy is having some bad lag and or dropped connection. So we'll likely have to wait for them to come back. And it's probably why he was standing still for that convenient Hanzo headshot right there.
That would do it. So as you know, this is an online tournament here. So therefore, we are at the will of the fiber optic gods. So if he could be in the middle of a storm or something like that, we just don't know. As it looks like here, just to give you a heads up, Old Man Strength up 1-0 here, up on Clown Academy. Old Man Strength here defending with 1:45 left to go. We'll go back here as soon as the main tank here will be able to reconnect, or at least reset. The engage hasn't really started yet, but just a little bit of a heads up. It looks like all 6 ults here are going to be available here for Old Man Strength. And it's just going to be very hard goings here for the members of Clown Academy.
This is, even if Mikey disconnects, when you disconnect from a lobby, you lose all of your ult percentage. Mikey's only at like 13% right now, it says. So if he completely lagged out and had to reconnect, he won't lose a whole lot. But fighting into 6 ults with none of your own is a massive disadvantage, and things aren't looking good. They're absolutely going to have to get Madara to blow Transcendence, Carfixer blow Valkyrie before they can really do anything here.
Yeah. Well, they're going to blow Dragon right away to see if they can just sort of split the team and make sure that if they can get a lucky kill. Not going to be able to get anything out of that, but they still have pretty much all of their ults remaining. Hazard actually, I think, blew the sights there just to see where the approach is coming in. And Faz actually gets a big kill onto Enhancement right away, but Jackie Love going down, and they can't use this blade if the ninja is going to be dead the entire time. So now EMP will actually hit the background, but in the back area, but the Transcendence is still going to be available. They didn't get who they wanted to target, and now we're down to 60 seconds. Payload's moved a little bit as it's gone to the corner here, as now they're going to try to see if they can eliminate any of the members remaining onto the payload. Clown Academy moving forward, and they're going to get it close to the door, as it looks like without Enhancement, they're not going to be able to stop him. Hazard stops PGE, and now they're just right at the door. Here comes the blade. Oh, and Hazard just takes down Jackie Love before he was able to do any major damage here. Hazard has just been huge. Dragon coming through right onto the point is going to be able to zone them out. 26 seconds left to go. 0.19 meters here as they try to see if they can move the last few meters. Not going to be able to do so. 18 seconds left to go. Oh my goodness here. What happened?
Mudkip started a very good sleep on Enhancement to start off that fight, but as soon as Enhancement woke up, he kind of waddled his way back to the cart and started just making space, landing hooks and getting people out of the way. So final fight territory, everything's being blown right now. Tricky throws the bomb on the point, but nothing's coming up for the side of the offense right now.
Yeah, they're just coming up. They're coming up sevens here, and if you know playing craps, that is not a good thing if you're trying to draw a number. So it looks like the ults are finally going to get blown here, as the members of Clown Academy just not going to be able to get close enough to the payload. They might be able to reset it. Nope, not going to be able to reset overtime. So that goes round one. Old Man Strength here just need to take it to the door. 0.19 meters left on point A. They were so close. Clown Academy here, looking the lower brackets straight in the face. They need an epic hold here, Pulse, in order to prevent themselves from going down 2-0 and losing this match.
Absolutely. This is not a good position to be in Cloud Academy when you're already down and then don't have the world's best offense. It's possible to hold first point on Route 66A, but with the way we've been seeing things, I expect this to go the way of Old Man Strength, just because Hazard and Dimes have been doing such a good job of shutting people down. Enhancement's been an absolute terror, just kind of flanking and waddling around on the Roadhog, not really even playing with the team, just making sure that they don't have any way to dive the rest of his team.
Yeah, I mean, he's been basically a one-man wrecking machine. So, like with him on that Roadhog, he's basically self-sustaining, and they have to put so many resources in order to try to kill him, that it's just giving Hazard like just easy picks on that Widow. So now, with 30 seconds here, it looks like they're going to be going in with a sort of a heavy lineup. Mikey, PGE, and Tricky here all on the tanks, where Faz, Mudkip, and Jackie Love trying to see if they can support them as best as they can. Jackie Love on the Hanzo, trying to see if they can maybe keep that damage dealer and maybe get some picks here. He didn't get very much love there on the Genji. Got the blade and then got picked off there by a great shot from Hazard. So now, here we go. They only have to really take it to the door, 0.19 meters before point A. So pretty much all the way through point A. It looks like they're not even going to be on the top of Big Earls here, Pulse. They're going to defend right on the low ground and going to concede the high ground here to Old Man Strength, as they're just going to engage right away, move the payload here right to under the bridge. Dimes actually takes Mudkips down, as Mudkips here is going to be lost for this fight. Losing that Zen is a huge amount of your DPS. No Zen Orb is going to be hard for them to kill anybody. So it looks like Mac got hooked, but he's going to be able to stay alive. An enhancement there is going to be able to just wreak havoc now on the D.Va. Gets demeched, as Mikey is able to take Mac down and demech enhancement at the same time. So this has not gone necessarily the way that they wanted it to, but Tricky goes down and the res on Mac, and it looks like this is going to be a solid win here for Old Man Strength, where there's probably going to be one more fight here in this point.
They have enough time for one more fight. The cart does have probably about 20 to 30 seconds left before it reaches that golden box of victory on the ground. But they have to fight into double sniper that have set up a defensive position already. They have to fight into this Dragon Strike already coming through that's going to lock down this left side and likely going to kill Mike.
Yeah, and they're moving on to the payload. They don't really have very many places where they can enter from. as it looks like here they've just, and a big grenade here hits the opening. As you can see, there's all where they have to go, and they're getting the kills. Hazard is now flanking on the Widow, taking people out on the side. They can't get through the doors. They're all trapped through. That's not going to be able to be good for them, and that is going to do it. Old Man Strength here are able to finish off Clown Academy in this C30 match, and they will go on to the final day Sunday here in the winners bracket. They will play the winners of C29, which is Squirtle Squad, and I think, was it Redemption? Oh, Redacted, excuse me. Redacted, yes. Yeah. And you can catch that match right now here on the main channel. That's on the main channel on twitch.tv/Horizon_GG, as you can catch Rien and Pulse, who are casting that match right now, and you'll get to see who the winner of that match will be, and will play Old Man Strength in the next round. Final thoughts on this match, Pulse. Old Man Strength just had too much strength with them, I think.
I mean, sometimes you just get beat down by an old man, and that's exactly what happened to the Clown Academy. Just when you're running a team that is running bunker with double sniper, that is very commonly thought of right now as one of the strongest compositions in the game, and likely what you'll see a lot of for Overwatch League Stage 4, especially with actually no balance changes going into the team next week.
They're just going straight to 2-2-2,
you're likely going to see
a
lot of that comp, maybe some variations of like Clockwork Vendetta, since that is also a 2-2-2 comp, but going forward, that's going to be the thing to beat. And when Hazard lands 55% of his scope shots as headshots, there's not a whole lot you can do to counterplay that unless you have either a dedicated counter Widow or a whole strategy devised how to take down Hazard.
Yeah. So this is going to be a team to watch here tomorrow. So Pulse and I are going to be on the main channel starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll be on the Horizon Community Cup main channel, Horizon_GG. Just search for that on Twitch. I'll be restreaming that the channel here onto my channel also, so you'll get to see us all day as we close out the Sunday here in the Horizon Community Cup. And in this match, Old Man Strength says to Clown Academy, "Get off my lawn." They win 2-0 and continue on in the winners bracket. Clown Academy will advance, will now go to the lower bracket and see if they can matriculate out and possibly make it to the grand final. But for Pulse and I, thank you so much. This is the final match here of Saturday for the Horizon Community Cup. You'll catch us tomorrow on the main channel, as I said. But for Pulse, I am Hodo. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is a victory for Old Man Strength. They win 2-0 over Clown Academy. We'll see you tomorrow.